Hey y'all, it's Margaret.
And Bradley.
With the 2020 pandemic in full swing, the world in lockdown mode, and work life in flux,
We decided to make margaritas out of the limes we were dealt. So we bought a 1973 houseboat in Minnesota with plans to boat it down the Mississippi River to our home in New Orleans.
so grab your life vest and your beverage of choice. We assure you it will be one wild ride.
song, keep on moving along. Times are changing, but I sing this song. I sing this song. Moving along, we're moving along, we're moving along, moving along, we're moving along, we're moving along, we're moving along, and along, and along, and along, and along. I keep on moving along. Times are changing, but I sing that song. Keep on moving along. Times are changing, but I sing that song. Keep on moving along. Times are changing, but I sing that song. Keep on moving along. Times are changing, but I sing that song. I sing this song.
Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning, September the 20th?
Yeah,
Is that? Can't be right.
that is right.
All right, it is. We had props in the water at 7 a.m. this morning. The reason we got props in the water at 7 a.m. this morning when I'm on vacation is we are meeting our good buddy Harper, who is exactly 100 miles from where we are, at 5 o'clock. So we're trying to cover 100 miles in about 8 hours time, or at least before 5 p.m. So the only way to do it is to hit the water by 7 this morning and run the whole way, because he's getting dropped off by an Uber at a kind of remote location. So kind of can't leave him hanging there. We need to be there. We got to make this coordinated, and we got to get him by a certain time so we can get back in the water and go find a beach. So that's what we are doing. We caught the sunrise this morning. We've got our coffee right here. We're having breakfast right here at the helm, just cruising down the river. Beautiful day. It's probably about 55 degrees this morning. I think the high's about 70. And yeah, just looking forward to this beautiful day and cruising the river. We had another one of those kind of fate, crazy phenomenons that you wouldn't believe me if I told you. I don't think they'll believe us. We'll show you how we're finding our beaches and kind of how we're setting it up. But because we're trying to make this 100 miles to get to Harper today, yesterday we had to push it to shave that down to get it to 100 miles, so it wouldn't be 120 miles today, because we can't make that time. So we were, and then of course we already put a rule in place that we got to be beached by 6:30 or 30 minutes before sunset because of the scary situation we had the time before. But the only way to shave the miles, beautiful day, beautiful weather, it's like, okay, let's push it right in through the sunset. We've kind of figured out how to find beaches on the GPS, which are limited options because there could be, these revetments with it's basically rock banks all the way along and certain wing dams or certain sandbars that come out so far that your boat's going to get stuck. So we were in a situation we were pushing miles and miles and miles, and we were flipping to the only thing that even looked like it could be an option for a beach on the GPS. Yeah. So that was our beach. Miles out, it's like, we got to get to this beach. It's getting dark. We can't really see. We got to get to this beach. It's either here or this side, one or the other, but those are going to be the safest areas where we may not get hit by a barge and our boat shouldn't get stuck on a sandbar. So we committed to those spots. We're running hot. We're coming up on one to the left. We're looking, a bunch of four-wheelers are running all over it. So we're like, okay, we can't do that. We got to do this one. It's not quite out of the channel, and there's a sketchy wing dam, but let's pull in. We start to pull in, and lo and behold, we see two canoes sitting up on the beach in a tent. And we're like, there is no way that of the 1,600 miles and the difference in timings and everything else, that this one specific beach at this one specific time, that our friends that we met on the canoes, Henry and Amber and Alan, I believe, Henry, who we met before, and gave him some beers and gave him some catfish. But there's no way that this is them on this beach.
This exact beach.
This exact beach. And I mean, we were locked into it. And it was them. They were right on the beach. Couldn't believe it. So we ran over and said hello. And I just caught a huge blue cat the night before, and I'd filleted it right on the back of the boat about an hour or two before, because we were trying to get our food prepped because we knew we were running through the night. And so it's like, I mean, these guys are hardcore. I mean, it's just them in a canoe doing the entire Mississippi River. So they don't have the rations, they don't have the comforts, the luxuries, any of that. It's like, we got to feed these guys. It's like, one, it's good to see some people and hang out and have some camaraderie. Two, you know, we were gifted the fish. It's not my fish. It was gifted to us, so we need to share it. So we were blessed to have this fish to be able to share, and you know, an opportunity to help feed them and put a little bit more in their belly. Hopefully that gives them a little bit of life and motivation to keep paddling, because that's what they're doing, is paddling.
I made cornbread, and we had peas and carrots. The catfish was really good. It fed all of us. There were 5 of us total, and there was still some left over, which is incredible.
Yeah, one catfish fed 5 of us, plus probably 2 more meals worth, and we gorged on it as well. I mean, I think you could have fed 8 people easily on one catfish. So that was a huge blessing. But they have a great story. It was really neat to meet them. We're doing the math on it. We'll probably run into them again in Memphis, if I had to guess. And then their plans are to go to the Gulf of Mexico, mile marker 0, which is past Venice and it's past Port Eads. I think Port Eads may be shut down. But, you know, maybe that was kind of fate too, that I told them, you know, they don't have a plan on how they're getting out. And that's the Gulf of Mexico. It's not like there's beaches and a bar and, you know, you're hanging out there, and now it's, you know, ferries running back and forth. So I told them, if we make it back prior to them and I'm able, that I'll load up our other boat and we can go down and get them. So that's, hopefully we can do that. I would love to be able to do that and help them out. You know, kind of ties into our journey as well. Yeah. I thought about it, and it's still kind of creeping in the back of my head that it's like, well, maybe we just bring the houseboat down to mile marker 0, and we say we did the whole stretch. But I don't know if I want to push it that much further with the boat. We can see what happens and getting back up. We can see. But yeah, it is. It's 8:30, and we are at mile marker 8:51. We started out at 8:68. So we've already covered. What was that? 17 miles. So we've covered 17 miles in an hour and a half. So we're pacing good. We're trying to meet Harper at mile marker 760.
768.
Yeah, somewhere around 768, 7. So I think we can do it. I think we got about 80 miles to cover in about 7.5, 8 hours.
Getting up early and seeing the sunrise was absolutely exceptional. And running the boat right as the sun was rising was just so dreamy. I definitely needed my coffee. Just are now getting it. So I'm just getting fueled, but it was really, really beautiful. And so, I mean, I wanted to see more sunrises like that, so it was pretty special to see it as we were driving the boat.
Right?
Yeah. Now I'm just gonna wake up.
She took a little spill this morning.
Yeah, I fell.
But we got her. She's okay.
Yeah, I'm okay. Just a bruised ego.
We got a lot of those on this trip.
And a bruised elbow.
And of course, you know, Ponce ran in the water this morning. So we had him do a little retrieve and took him off the back.
But we're really loving this part of the Mississippi, you know, besides the barges and our canoe friends, it's really just kind of us. And so it's been really tranquil and kind of release of, I don't know, just kind of the freedom that I was really anticipating on the trip. We're really now kind of like in that juicy part of it right now. So I'm not really wanting the trip to end and just kind of like holding on to each individual moment because they're so special.
I mean, the sunrise this morning's right up there with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Anywho.
Cheers.
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers, Gus. You gotta go up higher. Hush, buddy, hush. Hush. It's Harper. Hush. Watch out. You gonna want to roll your pants up? You're gonna want to roll your pants up and throw me your shoes. I'll get you a bucket. We've had more graceful
That's a good boy.
deals, but it's still like all the mud that it's gotten off on it. Okay, up top. Good boy.
Oh.
We put a lot of planning into picking up Harper, and we're really excited to spend some quality time together on the beach. But I guess it's not every day a 1973 houseboat comes rolling down this part of the Mississippi River, because a band of ATVers followed around the bend for a mile or more until they found us. But they were an awesome group of people that just added to the whole river experience. We threw koozies out like it was Mardi Gras. As we say in Louisiana, laissez les bon temps rouler.
Look up I'm on vacation houseboat and you'll find it.
Yeah, they saw it on Instagram already.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Tag us.
Oh, so it's Monday, September 21st. We're just north of Memphis. We picked our good buddy Harper up yesterday, and we just rode maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, got to a beach where we had several hours to hang out and kind of enjoy it. We pushed really hard to get to Harper and get to this time frame. And so this is one of the few times where we've gotten to just really hang out and enjoy and soak up being on the beach and in the middle of nowhere. This is probably like the fourth time where we've literally had this much time to just sit here and do nothing and just truly relax. I mean, usually the way we've kind of planned it, we've had 30-45 minutes in the morning, 30-45 minutes in the evening every day. So we get the feels every day, but it's constantly, okay, you know, let's go down the list, let's go through our logistics, let's get the boat rolling, let's get it running. So now it's maybe noon. So we've had a huge breakfast, had a coffee, and now we've been just floating and sitting around for a couple of hours, and it is just phenomenal. Just getting to hang out and do nothing.
There's Harper.
There's Harper up there. He's taking a little nap. But I gotta say, as I sit here and just relax and do nothing, there's this huge part of me that I don't want to load up anything and I don't want to get on that boat, just because our next stop's Memphis. And then once we turn from Memphis, I feel like that's like the final lap to going home. Because once we leave Memphis, there's no services. We're going to try to meet some family members from Memphis to New Orleans, but after that, we're home and that's it. And it's just those thoughts that this could possibly end and come to an end is it's really got me torn a little bit. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to go back. I don't want to do the same things as before. I've just really felt kind of so free and relaxed and out there being on the boat that I don't know. I'm not ready for it to end.
So we're somewhere, I don't know, middle of nowhere, Tennessee, on the Mississippi River. I'm on vacation, is where I am. So I live over in Nashville, and I drove down to Memphis, about a 3-hour drive, and I took an hour Uber north to some random boat ramp that Bradley and I figured out. And Bradley had asked me to bring a few things, and so I loaded them all up in the Uber and made my way here. But that trek, I felt a little bit like Steve Martin from The Jerk, carrying his captain's chair and a saw and binoculars and my backpack and an ice chest. But I made it. Captain Bradley at the helm, I have full faith in him. I'm gonna say that. I'll sit back and watch him do his thing, but he'll get it figured out. We're gonna cruise down to Memphis here in a little while, and we've been doing a little fishing today and been relaxing. It's just been nice. I think this is the perfect trip for Margaret and Bradley. It's right up their alley, and I'm so happy for them that they get to do this. Couldn't have been a better time, Everything happens for a reason, and this is truly a once in a lifetime trip, and I am very excited that I got to spend a couple days with them and get a tiny little taste of it. But they got a couple more weeks to enjoy it, and I wish them nothing but the best and safe travels, and enjoy your vacation.
Sweet Tennessee, land for my bones and history. Sweet Tennessee, find me in your hill and in your stream. I'll never sing. Take me where the hills are calling, the fields are made green. 'Cause I don't need some big old city, Lord. Tennessee. Sweet Tennessee, home of my loving family. Sweet Tennessee, God has shed His grace.